All right, guys. So take this down. I don't need this in here. All right. Let's see what else I have in here that I gotta put down. I think that's about it. All right, then, guys. Welcome back to another stream here today. Or if you're watching this later when this gets uploaded, welcome to another video. Hope you guys have been doing great and wonderful on this day. And I know it's been a while since I gone to streaming, right? I didn't go streaming. I didn't go live streaming last week, and almost all this week as well. Today's Friday. Happy Friday, by the way. Yeah. So last week I was working on my 1 year journey as a solo indie game dev. So I was working on that video on YouTube the entire of last week, and I was uploaded this on Monday, that just passed. So I was uploaded on Monday. So if you guys have not seen it, feel free to go watch it. And yeah, hopefully you guys enjoy that video. When's your journey working on this game, guys? Time flies, you know, time flies. So that's what I was working last week, which is why I didn't go live stream. And this week it was my birthday as well. So you know, I went out and do some stuff for my birthday. So you know, and now it's Friday, so I decided to at least stream on Friday. You know, I was like, yeah, maybe I'll stream next week, you know, starting it off next week, but you know, I'll just do it on Friday, which is today. Yeah, happy Friday, guys. Cool. So what were we doing last week? I mean, the last time we streamed. We were working on the skeleton, right? Let's see how that looks like. I did make some changes to it since then. I made them smaller. Run current scene. I made them smaller. Wait. Cool. All right. I thought I was muted for a second. That would have been funny saying all that and it's muted. Cool. All right. So let's run it. Let's see where it's at right now. I want to put it back inside actually. On the next run. All right, so he's right here. But I didn't. Okay. So he's over here chilling. Doesn't have any attacks just yet, or maybe it did have attacks. Did it? I remember he was punching me last time. Okay, so he's gonna attack and then goes to investigate and pursue because he found me. But it doesn't do much after. Oh, you know what? I was testing stuff and I wanted to see if range attacks would work. That's why. All right, hold on. Let me. So I was trying to catch up with where I left off last time. Cool. So that way it stays inside in here. But one, I did make some updates to how the Scully looks. So let me open that up. So I made some updates to it. To how the Skelly looks. So let's export all of this stuff. Oh, it looks pretty cool. We got all of that. He's all walking. This is just the arms. I wanted it is on death. Cool. So let's export that, shall we? What was the? I think it was this. I didn't think I changed the layout. I think it was 6. Yeah. Hold on. Let's go with. Oh wait, hold on. I think I exported it wrong. Hold on. Does it export sprite sheet? Why doesn't it give me the actual names? Oh, it does no names in here. That's why. Hold on. I'm gonna say, let's rename this. How do we rename this? There it is. Let's say, let's put it as body, and let's put this as arms. I thought I renamed them this correctly. Interesting. Alright, so let's export again. So now I should have it as body. So we'll export the body first. Let's see if the output's correct. Oh, it's arms, okay. Yeah, Skelly body, Skelly arms, and it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, yep. So we'll replace that and export and do the same thing for the arms. We could do it through here as well, huh? Nah, it has to be a sprite sheet actually. So we'll do arms. I think this should be good. And let's go to output and let's put it as arms. Replace it, export. Let's check it out real quick and see what it looks like in game now. All right. What kind of animation? I think it has a different frame that it shouldn't have. Hold on. Might have a frame that it shouldn't have. It looks weird. Yeah, it's 6 and it's 6x6. Can I take a look at that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah. Let's look at the walkie animation. Expand that a little bit. Let's turn this off. And a tree. Which I'm okay with leaving this on. It's fine. Oh no, it looks fine. I think there's might be something here with frame. What frame am I in? Frame 16. Okay, that's something to look at later, I think. Let me look at the frame right now, actually. Frame 16. So one of these is wrong. Or kind of looks wrong just because of how it's walking. So it looks like it kind of opened up for a second. I guess it's fine. I mean, I can add some more white color here. Let me see how it would look like if I did. Would it look okay? Yeah, actually it looks a lot better. Just temporary for now though, but it definitely looks better. So let's copy this and put it here as well, and then just flip it over. Great. So let's export the body again, just so we can have that. Exports. All right. Oh, did I do arms? No way. I did arms instead. Hold on. Whoopsie whoopsies. All right, let's export that again. I think I forgot to change the sprite here. Be a body, and then make sure we output it correctly. There we go. All right. I still don't fully like it though, but I can add more later. Yeah, I like the ending of it. Doesn't look that great. But I'll leave it like that for now. Let's work on functionality on this guy first. Let's save Skelly. Sounded like it was raining outside. I was about to say. I wasn't told. Let's see how it looks like now. Yeah, it definitely looks a lot better, but there's just the ending of it. I think it needs a little bit more tweaking. But cool. Alright. I'm glad I got that. Let's go back to Skelly real quick. Excuse me. Let's go to the tree, the behavior tree. Yeah, so it's on range right now. I was working on that last time just to see how it would look like. And the only difference, and what I did was just copy the melee one, the other one that we were working on, and just copied it over to this new behavior tree. And just update some of these values to be a little bit bigger, so that way the distance of where it needs to be against compared to the player, it needs to be a little bit further away because they're range attacks, right? And that's basically it. Only one thing I would wish I could do here is that I wish I can reuse some of these and like in a separate behavior tree, and all I have to do is just call that behavior tree here. That way I don't have multiple copies in here, because if I were to update this because I didn't like it, I will have to change it. Excuse me, I will have to change it to the melee one as well. So I have to like 2 trees that I have to update, right? And you know, I don't really want to do that. And I know it has ability to do a behavior tree here, to run a behavior tree. If I can I make this bigger? I cannot. Alright, let's make this smaller. Oh, I could go this way. So let me see if I can find that. It has a subtree, right? Which you can run a behavior tree, I believe. Yeah, so you can run a behavior tree here. The only problem is I don't know if this is performing or not. To do that, I don't know if it's very performant or not. So that's one thing, which is why I haven't used it yet. I'm about to look into it. But if anybody knows and have used it before, Limbo AI, let me know if its subtrees will actually be a good thing to have as well, or would it cost performance to do so? Let me know if you're watching this later when this gets uploaded. Feel free to, you know, let me know in the comments. But that's why I haven't used it yet. I just copied the entire thing. But that's something to think about when doing this. But anyway, let's see. Where's the attack here? So we got pursue. Now we have attack here, but it doesn't do. I know I called it melee, but I need to rename that because it's not really melee anymore. If I were to go into the code for that, he just grabs the current active attack and then attacks. So it's not really melee, it also works for range, so I'm gonna have to rename that to be more of a generic. But other than that, I just need to add an attack range for this guy, which no, I haven't added attack range, which is why it doesn't do anything. I remember working on adding that script though. I just stopped myself before going further. Let me go find it. It's NPCs? No, it's not an NPC. It might be under AI. Attacks. A throw projectile. So I'm gonna have Skelly throw a projectile, would be kind of sweet, throwing some of its bones. And I was working on it, and then I stopped myself before going further. So you got a delay timer, so it delays itself before going for the next attack. And then if it doesn't have a projectile, then it just prints out saying it doesn't have a projectile and returns true. Otherwise spawns that projectile from my pool manager. Actually, I don't even know if it's resource path. I'm about to look at and see if it's resource path or not. But other than that, if there's a projectile, I then get a vector from the target to the NPC, normalize it, and then here's where I can initialize the projectile so it knows where the acceleration will go, right? So I just need to create that projectile. Cool. Let's go back here. Let's add an element. Scaly, new attack config. I think for distance for this one, let's do 60. And then we do a throw projectile. If I go in here, I can add a prefab. I don't have one yet because I had to create it. Excuse me. I was sick last week, so it's kind of going away. But every time I breathe, something clogs up. So forgive me for anything that happens right now. Let's see. Let's create that prefab, shall we? Let's see, where can I add that into? Collisions. I'll probably just create a new. Is this oh, this is scripts. I need to put in scenes. Do I have projectiles anywhere? We got tools. That's particles. Fishing. I think I'm gonna put another folder here called it like projectiles or something. And inside of here, that's where I can create that new scene. Let's create a new scene. It'll be a 2D. I'm debating if, I don't know, is there a projectile class in here already? And let me see. Is there anything projectile? I know in Unreal there's like a projectile already class for things, I believe, if I recall correctly. Or maybe it came from a template. Alright. Just wanted to see if I can just reuse another thing that already in here. Like a character 2D, right? And it does the movement already. But it looks like there isn't, so. Alright. Let's call it Skelly Bone. We'll add a sprite sheet, or no, it should be a sprite sheet, should be fine. Yeah. I mean a sprite 2D. Let's go into the 2D node here. Have I added that art for it already, or do I need to export it? Let's go art enemies. Scully, nope, not any Scully. Projectiles, there it is. There we go. I'm gonna have to make it smaller actually. I'll have to check see how smaller I have to make it. So by doing that, I need some type of area 2D. Is that how I want to determine attack right now? Excuse me. I don't want to determine collision detection here. I wanted. No, we're not worried about collision yet. Let's make the movement and all of that work first. All right. We're gonna sprite D. Let's create the script for this. Let's create a new script. Make sure it's in the correct section. Scripts. Some of these needs to be organized a little bit, actually. Let's create a new folder. I don't know if there's gonna be multiple projectiles here at all, so I don't know if I need to go this far, but better than safe than sorry. And I'm just gonna call it projectile. I can always override it if I ever do need it, if it needs additional functionality. I'm just gonna call it projectile, right? So that it can be reused in other projectiles if I ever add new other types of projectiles like arrows or something. Like the bow and arrow, or just an arrows. Those are technically projectiles. Not technically, they are projectiles. Great. And let's name it projectile. Okay, so doing this, I'm definitely gotta get the ready. What pass? For now. And this is where we're gonna tell it a direction. All right, sorry about that. All right, so this is where we can set the data. We need some type of var velocity. We have a vector 2. We're gonna do some math over here. Acceleration. I don't even know if I need acceleration, but I'm putting it for now. And then we can have another one that's gonna be direction. And then this tells me the direction where I want to go. Process. And we can always have a acceleration. Let's see how it will look like if it's acceleration. You have a direction. We can do some type of speed. I'm gonna add that variable in a bit. And do delta times delta. And then we can have velocity plus equals acceleration times delta. And then we'll get the position. Position vector 2 equals get global position. I should have, or is it just global position? I see. We got position plus equals velocity. And then we set it back. Global position. Hold on, there's gonna be some position. One, we need to cap this at a certain range. We gotta export. It's gonna be the speed. I think by default, I'll just have it at 5. Wait, it's var, sorry. It's var. Supposed to be in this format. Syntax. And then maybe if I want to have this here or have it in set in like in the database and that this just retrieves it from it. Maybe this could be like a fallback, I guess. And the other one, I need a max speed. Or now. I actually don't know how to declare a I don't think there's constant here, huh? Is there a constant? Max speed. And we can have it at, let's start it at 50 and see where it's at. Velocity. I think it's clamp. Yeah, it has to be clamp. Is it? I feel like it should be. No, that's not. It should be the same. Hold on. I'm debating if how I want to handle this case right now. Give me a second. Opening C++. Visual Studio. All right. Where do I do the velocity stuff? Limit length. That's what I was looking forward to looking into. There it is. It limits the length to the max speed. And does this return? It does, so I can set velocity to that. Cool. And every time we set on the data in here, that means we're restarting it. So we'll just set it back to vector 2, set this back to 0. Anything up here? And that's it, I think. Yeah, but I think we can give it a try and see how this will look. Yeah, so let's save and add it to the scenes, projectiles, and save it here. I'll add it to the pool. Actually, we can add it here too. Hold on, since we're here, let's add that projectile in here. Only question that I'm debating on is a resource path. Okay, and it is in the correct place. Sweet, 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 sweet. So I just need to add it to the pool before I forget. Let's add another one. Let's create a new pool item. Put that prefab in here. Let's do 10 of these just to have them in there. I'm just gonna call this Skelly Bone. Oh, I didn't do it. Did I do it in the wrong one? I think I did. Not in here, but it's in this one here. There we go. Alright, and in the pool manager, let's check it out and see how it looks like, if it does anything at all. Well, hopefully it does something. Alright, let's do the current scene. Let's run it. Whoa. Okay, so actually I didn't do anything with it, did I? Okay, first of all, that's spawning so many. So that's one thing I gotta fix. Let's see. Hold on. Where is the... Where's that script at? Melee, it's not melee attack. Not this. The throw projectile, that's what I'm looking for. Here. So first of all, it's spawning so much of them. Or one. So this is probably not doing that much at all right now. Or maybe I never added a delay attack in here. Alright. We get this projectile here. If it exists, we grab that vector. And in here we gotta cast it to projectile node. Alright, so we gotta cast it as a projectile. What is this? There's already a... Oh, I see. I guess I just call it projectile then. Whatever. And we set the data here. Set the data. And this could be target. But not only that, we got... I should already attach it. I just need to make this visible. I just set visibility. It's true. All right. So that's one thing. Do I... Okay, so delay to throw. Let's see. Okay. Did I add that variable? Or set it anyway? Where's Skelly at? I did not, so that's why it spawned so many. Do it every 5 seconds. Alright, so let's save all scenes. And let's go back to test scene. And let's run the test scene once again. Alright, let's check this guy out. Oh, my boy. Alright, well, Not really spawning anything. Oh, you know what? Another thing I forgot to do. Let's go back to that throw projectile. Hold on. One thing I forgot to do when I spawned this projectile is that I never set the position for it. So yeah, that's definitely something I gotta do. Global position, and it should be the agent. Global position. That definitely is needed there. I still don't see it though. Wait, there's a... Ah, there's this no? Why is it no? I never said it. Great. Great, great, great. Alright. Okay, that's also needed. Oh, there's a little delay and then it throws it. There we go. Woo! Okay, and it needs to be a lot faster. I don't think there should be a delay at the beginning. Through another one. I think it will keep throwing it at me until I move, which makes sense. So if I try to get closer, it'll try to reposition itself to go further, and I will stay there. I can make it so that eventually over time it can try to change to another location, because right now I think it's gonna keep throwing it at me. Hold on, let's do some fixing in here. One, the bone's too big. That's one thing. Oh, hold on, give me a second. Let's increase this. Oh, let's do some cleanup in here. The things I don't need anymore right now at this time. I need the splash screen. I need a tree right now. I need this room. Okay. For Skelly Bone, it looks like 5 is a little too slow. At least acceleration speed. So I need to amp that. Let's make it twice as fast. No, let's make it 3 times as fast. Oops, I meant 15. Let's do 50. 3 times as fast. And let's make it so the Skelly, we don't wait. Hold on. I don't want to handle this. Excuse me. Save that. Let's go back to the throw projectile or the melee attack or whatever I'm setting it at. I think it's throw projectile. Here. Actually, instead of just setting it here, let's make it so that it's always 0. So at least it does it once first. But the question is, I mean, this is gonna keep throwing it though. No, this is not gonna work. I mean, let's see. I do pass here, which is weird. I don't know why I'm doing pass there. I'm trying to think like how many times you could attack and maybe change his position afterwards. I could do like a repeat, like say, hey, attack 3 times or something. Yeah, let's leave it at 0. I mean, I even need that delay timer. And then what I should do is go into Limbo AI, and when it attacks, maybe... Is there a way to do like a repeat but at random? Like, yeah, attack 3 times, or maybe attack 2 times, or... Hold on, let me see that. Yeah, there's no random. Lame. And for now, we'll leave it as is. It doesn't need to be random, but we'll repeat this twice. We'll attack. For now, let's say do it 3 times. And then we'll wait. Do a random wait. Where's this random stuff at? Oh, there it is. I see it. Do a random wait. 1 or 2. Sure, we'll test it out. Let's see if it is. So we'll do this 3 times, and then we'll try to reposition itself somewhere randomly. Alright, so select a random position. Let's make it 64. We'll make sure it's actually further away. So as long as it's within this range, around this target, which ends up being me. It's not going to use the nearby pause, but it's going to use this to... I'll set it as the patrol pause, and then we'll have it move. Where's the move? We'll do move to that patrol pause. Tolerance, let's make it 4. I guess it's fine. Cool. So I'll save that and see how this looks like. So I'll attack 3 times. And then move around to another location or something. Let's see how it looks. Hi, Scully. Woo! Not exactly what I wanted to do, but that's so much. Actually, still kind of slow, by the way. Why did it do that though? Wait, what is this? I see. So this should have I see. It should have one of these notes in here. I think a sequence is fine. We'll move that inside the sequence. There we go. That's one. The other one is this is still pretty slow, so let's amp it up to 30. Oh wait, not skelly bone. Whoopsies. Right here. I only did it once and then I attacked twice. One is attacking too fast actually, but yeah, okay. Nice. Okay. Okay, so I got that in a good, not in a good place, but it still has some more additional stuff I need to do, like despawn after a certain time. And is there a constant here? Maybe there is. Yeah. I was debating on it earlier. Let's do a lifetime here. Let's say after 10 seconds. If after 10 seconds I have a bar currents lifetime. So when I'm setting the data, we'll set the lifetime there. Right? And then in process, we'll deduct it. Current lifetime minus equals delta. And if at any time this goes below 0, less than or equal to 0, we'll get the global spawner. Global pool manager despawn, and ends up being the scene path, and self. So that will despawn it. That's one thing. The other thing is I would like it to hold on. For this sprite sheet, let's go into the art. Go to projectiles, belly bone. I want to go to this location real quick. How do I have it so it opens my the file manager? Not in terminal. Yes, that's what I was looking for. And going here, let's put this here. Let's make this a little bit smaller. My boy's a little bit too big. We'll deduct it. We do that, and then we can let's see if I can do it one more time on both sides. Let's see if that will look better. Okay, that's one. One thing that would look cool as well in here is to have some type of a rotation in here. Well, how would I do it? Let's see, rotation. Is it just rotation then? Okay, so it's just rotation. Or is it degrees? What's the difference between these two? This is an acceleration. Why is it a point acceleration here? What is this? This is a flow in radians. Okay, so this is relative to node's parent. And the other one, I believe it's not relative to parents, or it's just in degrees. I see. So it'd be global rotation then. Right? Global rotation will not take the parent, it's just the... Got it. And what I can do here, I don't know how slow by doing it by delta will be. Let's see how that would look like. Alright, so let's go to Skelly. There we go. Still a little slow. Is the size of that okay though? I think it might need to be smaller. Another thing is, it looks like it attacks. The weight doesn't even actually work. Or maybe it needs to be higher? Make them wait like 3 seconds or something. And move this to 5. And then it doesn't really do the repeat here 3 times though. Sometimes it only does it twice and that's it. That's kind of strange. It might be because it's going off. You know, let's put it at 60 then. Let's see how that will look like. Okay. And let's make it faster. You know, let's go big. Let's go 80. And the rotation I actually like to update as well. It's a little slow. And let's make it so that it's 3 times as fast. We'll make sure we have values for this after I get it in a good place. What else was I gonna do? I was gonna update the speed, the rotation, and then I was gonna make it smaller. Let's see. Oh, not Skelly Bone. I did that again. We're not gonna run Skelly Bone, we're gonna run task scene. Alright, let's test this boy. Let's test him out again. There we go. Okay, so now he waits and then it will move. Got it. Nice. It doesn't do it the 3rd time though, which is weird. It only does it at a max of 2. Why does it do it twice, but not 3 times when I say repeat 3 times? Okay, interesting. You know, I have it repeat 3 times though. That's very strange. Unless something is interrupting it, that's the only thing I can think of. Wait, selects random pause. Oh, maybe this why. This might be it. Actually, no, I may have this in the wrong place. Hold on. I should have this outside. I wanted to attack 3 times in this current location. Do I want to do it? You know, in this case, we can have it so it attacks within 0.5, and let's say 1.5, and then right before he goes to pursue, though, we'll have another wait random, which is the one that I wanted to do. I think that's what the issue here is. Where's the random wait? There it is. So right before he goes to pursue and moves to his new put location, I want it to wait at least another. No, I'll leave it as 1 to 3 seconds more. Okay, let's see how this looks like. How will this look like? That patrol is all the way up there, by the way. There we go. Now attacks 3 times and then moves. 1, 2, 3. I would love to make this more random though. So maybe it does not always attack 3 times, but it does it twice, or maybe more. I want to see if I can create my own repeat or something so that I can make it more random. Cool. I just need an attack animation for this guy when he actually throws the actual bone. So that'll be pretty sweet once I add that in. But cool. Now we can even change the Skelly to have a different behavior as well, so we can make it more random, right? So this is using the range attack, but I can actually just use the regular melee attack on the Skelly, go back, and then go back to the scene. On my nose, man. All right, so let's go in here. Now when it sees me, it then attacks me. Just sweet. This is cool. With this, the way that I did it, the enemies can have different types of attacks. Some can be ranged, some can be attacking. Another thing, maybe I would like to add maybe some mix. Maybe it does some melee and maybe some range, depending on the distance to the player, or you just can decide to choose, right? So this thing, the way that I'm implemented is very modular, which I love. I just gotta make another behavior tree that will determine if I want melee or range attacks. If I want an enemy to do both, right? So some things to add in the future. But I think I might call it here, guys. I'm sorry for ending it a little earlier. My nose is kind of weirded out right now, and you know, it sucks being sick. But at least I wanted to upload something today, like be live today. So I was able to get the projectiles working for the Skelly, which is great. So something that we did today, and hopefully I'll work on this over the weekend. Unless I stream or something, I may end up streaming. I don't know. I'm debating on it. Unless I stream, I may end up working on this on the weekend, making the range attack for Skelly work a little bit better, and maybe add some type of animation for this guy when it comes to throwing the actual bone. Fixing some bugs in here. It looks like it's not attacking me on certain times. Damn. The straight out just punched me and decked me right there. That's cool. Cool. All right then, guys. So I guess I'm gonna call it here. I apologize for ending it earlier. It sucks being sick sometimes. Sucks being sick. But cool. Thank you guys for joining on this stream. Hope you guys enjoyed it. If you guys watching this later on when this gets uploaded, hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I'll continue working on this enemies and the range attacks, and hopefully you'll be in a good spot next time. Yeah, have a great weekend, guys, and happy Friday. Have a great day, guys.